Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Pufferfish667 back with another video, and in today's video I wanted to have a discussion on the very controversial topic of skill-based matchmaking, and more specifically how I think Respawn should address and kind of fix skill-based matchmaking. But before I get into that, in my previous skill-based matchmaking video there were two type of comments that really stood out to me. The first one was just kind of the funny ones, the good old, yours man, you can't drop a 20 bomb and just kill bots. No, just no. I don't feel like anyone, maybe a couple, but any of the top players are really concerned about killing bots. Top players like me, we can still really do well. I still drop high kill games, I still drop wins all the time. Just look at my streams, look at my YouTube content, high kill games, high damage. It's not a problem. It's not that I'm a bot and I can't handle it. I can easily handle these servers. So that's out of the way. Another one that was pretty often is it was unfair for lower tier players to go up against me and just even better players. And my kind of response is that, so let's say two interns, they get hired and one works really hard and gets to that manager position. The other one kind of slacks off a little, doesn't do too much, and kind of stays at a receptionist role. Is it unfair that that guy stayed at the receptionist role while the other guy worked harder and put more time in, was more committed to it, and got a higher position? No, it's not unfair. That's just life. If you put more work into something, obviously you're going to get more in return. You're going to get better at something. That's just how I feel about it. But with those two things out of the way, how Respawn should fix skill-based matchmaking. Now, I've actually done, a bit of research. I've put a lot of effort into, looking into skill-based matchmaking to get the best, opinion I can get possible on it. And I really do think it does have a place in Apex, purely because there is evidence to say it retains players. This is proven. This isn't just someone saying, well, I think this might happen. This is solid evidence. It does retain players, and this is good because if more people are playing the game, more likely going to be spending money on it, and that just funnels more resources back into Respawn that they can put into the game to ultimately just make it the best game they can. And that's what I want to see. I want to see Apex be the best game they can make it. But with that being said, I do think it is a bit too hard on the higher tier players. And now when I say higher tier players, I think this is a lot of people, what a lot of people don't get. There's those top, not even 1%, like 0.5% of people complaining, like the real top gamers like Zeus, me, Kobe, Janks, the really good players. And it may seem like we just want to kill bots and everything, but most of it is, one, sometimes we just want to kick back. And I think this is the main thing that people overlook. There are our top 1%. We don't really kick back all the time, especially me. Whenever I'm playing, I want to put on a show because I'm streaming. Best way to do that is to, just get high kill games. I admit, I do miss doing challenges and it's kind of more just chilled back, fun stuff with my stream, but it is what it is. You can't do challenges with skill-based matchmaking. It's just a bit too difficult. But a lot of the people that don't like skill-based matchmaking aren't the people with voices, so people don't really see that, their side. I'll put a bunch of comments from my previous video on the screen now of people, saying, like, not that skill-based matchmaking is making the game unbearable, but it's just, they just don't want to just try hard 24/7. They're just not enjoying the game as much because they just can't casually play. They can't just go in and just kind of relax. And there's always got to be a competitive side of Battle Royale. It's not a game where you can just sit back and relax like you're at a spa or something. But a lot of people, they like to kick back after work and just play a couple games. Some people, it's even their escape, because life sucks sometimes. And when you get into Apex, life doesn't suck all the time. And they just have to constantly try hard, especially like after a long day of work. That can be hard. Some people just want to chill. They don't want to slay bots, but they just don't want to have to go up against MLG pros every time. And the fact that, skill-based matchmaking has made it so much more competitive, people are playing even more sweatier, which just worsens the problem. I don't think they should be slamming bots all the time. I think you know, with skill-based matchmaking, it should still allow people to kind of have that more casual aspect, even the better players. So this is my proposition. This is how I think skill-based matchmaking should be done in Apex. So the best way I think Respawn should tweak skill-based matchmaking in Apex is to basically make it 50-50, if that makes sense, where based on a threshold, I don't know what that threshold would be, back bang in the middle, maybe KD, maybe shots hit in a gunfight, I'm not sure. But based off that KD, you get 50% of the above average players and 50% of, you know, the lower tier players, and that's it. You're in kind of that 50-50 range. You're either in the half that are lower tier players or in the other half that are good tier players. This would probably be the best method, purely because, you know, in the lower percentage, it's still, you know, kind of bot friendly. The lower tier players are still going to be able to get some wins, you know, easy wins, which is going to help them, you know, stay pretty, you know, interested in the game, while the top 50%, not the top pros like me, but, you know, the kind of more casual, just good players, the above average players, can still kind of kick back, relax after work. It can still be something for them where they can just kind of, you know, hit back and not have to sweat their ass off and try like super hard 24/7. They can have that competitive element, but still kind of just kick it back. Now, one issue with this is that middle threshold. Jumping over from, you know, one lobby to another can be quite a jump. You know, let's say you're from the lower tier lobbies and you go to the high tier lobbies, that can be a bit hard. So I feel like for those people making the jump, kind of base it off performance. Let's say you make the jump, you're not going too well. If the game can kind of recognize that and be like, all right, this guy, he's gone over the top 50%, but he's still struggling. So put him back into the lower tier lobbies, you know, so he's not, you know, just struggling as much. He can still get some nice wins, because at the end of the day, that's what skill-based matchmaking is doing, is getting the lower tier player some not free but easier wins. It can let him work on his abilities until he is, you know, truly fit to move up, and then, you know, he can just move up and make his way up, maybe become a top tier player, maybe just chill in the kind of above average player, which will be much more bearable now, since there won't be a huge, you know, sweaty aspect to public matches. So I think that is the best way to, you know, address skill-based matchmaking right now in Apex. You know, it still allows for the you know, fundamental cause of skill-based matchmaking, which is to help the lower tier players get more wins so they get more interested in the game. But it also doesn't, you know, make it unbearable for some above average players just to kick back and enjoy the game for what it is, not sweat it up like it's ranked every game. And yeah, I want to know if you guys would agree with this. You know, last time in my video, I don't know why people do this in YouTube comments, but they get like really offensive. They're like, you're a fucking idiot. Why would you think that? Just chill. If anyone does that in the comment section, I don't know, just hit them with a clown emoji. Don't respond to their message. They don't deserve to have a discussion about it if they're going to be like that. Just say what you think. It's, you know, everyone else's opinion. I feel like this is the best way for skill-based matchmaking to satisfy everyone. It's still not going to, because, you know, everyone's different. Everyone's got different, you know, opinions and ideal scenarios. It's not going to satisfy everyone, but I feel like this kind of just evens it out. But yeah, what do you guys think? That's it from me. And if you're watching this video, I am about to be on holidays, and I'll leave the description for my Instagram below. I'll be posting some pretty dope, you know, holiday vids, I guess, on that gram. So if you want to follow that, it'll be in the description below. It's Pufferfish667 YT. The Pufferfish667 with no YT in it is not mine. I don't know why. Some guy decided to get a top Apex player and put Fortnite content on it, but he did. So yeah, that's it from your boy, and I'll catch you in the next one.